Hello, Minecrafters. This is BBinME, and you're watching another Minecraft video. Hey, so I'm back. I'm back. 1.7 came out a couple months ago, and very cool release. We've got all kinds of new biomes, like the savanna biomes and the different flower biomes, the various variants, the mesa biome for hardened clay and different colored clay, which is awesome, and the ice spike biome, really cool stuff. But when 1.7 came out, it made a change to the game. So because the world generation algorithm changed, they were going to break structures and dungeons and things like that in the game, mine shafts and whatnot. And so they needed to store the location of temples and witch huts and desert temples, jungle temples, and mine shafts and all of that, so that if you loaded the world in if you started the world previous to 1.7 and then you loaded it up in 1.7, the world generation algorithm would be different. The location would change for those temples and whatnot. And so they created, DAT files to store them. But the side effect of that is that it broke my quad witch setup I had. So if you remember in my previous Let's Play series, I had a quad witch area that I was working on. And in one corner of it, I had a desert temple. And that desert temple would, because it existed mostly in the swamp, would spawn witches. And so that was a valid location for spawning witches previous to 1.7. 1.6.2 actually. But after they made the change, they would no longer spawn witches there, and so I had to make a choice. I could keep using that world and not have witches spawn in that one corner of my quad witch hut, which didn't seem to be a great choice. I could continue using that world and hack the DAT file so that witches would spawn there, but that seemed like a hack, and it wouldn't be vanilla Minecraft anymore, and so I didn't want to do that. So the third option was to restart the world and start over again in a 1.7 world. And that's what I decided to do. And so here I am on a 1.7 world, brand new generated, and this I spawned here in the water, so kind of annoying, but a decent enough place to start. Let me talk about this world. So, well, first let me talk about why I took a break. So originally I was kind of waiting for the coder pack, the Minecraft coder pack, or the mod coder pack, depending on whose acronym you use, and 417, so that I could release the new Quad Witchfinder for the 1.7. But I also have a hack to the Quad Witchfinder that works in 1.7. It's kind of like pre-alpha code right now. I'm not going to release it until the coder pack comes out, but it does work. And so I was able to generate a world, and I recorded a bunch of videos. But I just decided that that it would be better if rather than put out these videos that I had been working on, it would be better if I started a new series with a slightly new format. And so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so what is the new format? Well, my idea is that, I like to do these really huge builds, and they take a long time. It might be 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, often for these builds. And so, because they're so enormous and so complex, and I feel like I'm not giving you guys enough videos, my subscribers, because it might take me a month to create this build and then edit a video together and get it out. And so what I've decided to do is I'm going to um, have more frequent episodes. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to break my projects into challenges, right? And so, for example, a challenge might be to build a witch farm. And that might take 2 or 3 weeks to get done. But what I'll do is I'll have an introductory video describing the build and what we're going to do, and maybe a tutorial of some of the components that go into it, or at least links to the tutorials. And then I will give the challenge to you guys, my subscribers. And so you guys, and with a world download, and so you guys can go off and build it, and I'll be doing my build as well, and I will give periodic Let's Play videos showing my progress of how I'm going, maybe really short videos, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, basically just talking and chatting while I do the build. And then, of course, at the end of the build, whenever that is, a week or 2 weeks, I will show you my design that I came up with and kind of showcase the world and that particular build at that point in time. And there'll be another world download at that point. And then I'll also highlight and show some of the builds from you guys, my subscribers. So maybe we'll show like the best design, or best looking design, most efficient, that kind of thing, whatever makes sense. And so that way I can involve you guys in the building of my world, and I think that'd be a really cool idea. And so because I had already done significant building on my other world, I thought, well, my other 1.7 world, I thought I would go ahead and do a new world. So let's talk about this world here. First, I'm going to go find shelter for the evening, and I will see you when day breaks. See you soon. All right, I'm back. Built a little dirt hut, survived the night. All right, so uh, about this world. So I have that alpha version of the Quad Witch Finder for 1.7, and so I was able to run it and process a whole bunch of seeds and find a good location. So the world that I'm in actually has a quad witch hut. All four are witch huts. Now with the new algorithm, witches will no longer spawn in desert temples or jungle temples, so they have to be all four witch huts, which we have in this world. It's a decent location because large expanse of swamp around it and pretty flat swamp. And so I know that because I've taken a look at this world in another save, so that just to make sure that all the witch huts were valid witch huts and that they are all in the swamp biome and things like that, which they are. So great. And not too far away is an ice spikes biome of significant size, and not too far away there's a mesa biome. So and the quad witch huts themselves are within 2 kilometers of spawn, which is a little further than I wanted to be, but okay. And so I think this is a pretty good seed, and let me share it with you. That's the seed right there, and there'll be a world download in the video description, so don't worry, but that's the seed if you just want to go ahead and start it up yourself. All right, so okay, so let's give you a couple coordinates. The location of the quad witch hut is the center of the quad witch hut is right here at these x coordinates and z coordinates. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pop up a map here from admits, so you, with just that location highlighted. I'm not going to show too much of the world, but this is shows where the quad witch hut is located and spawn. Okay, And I'm also going to show you the location here of two potential ice spike biomes, which are of significant size. You can see they're a few kilometers away even from the Quad Witch Hut, but you know, those are rare biomes, so we'll take what we can get. And also, here are a couple locations for mesobiomes. So very cool. They're quite large, so that's great. And so those will be very useful. And finally, I'm just going to show the location of probably I think this is the closest, this is the closest to the Quad Witch Hut mushroom biome for anyone that's interested. So those are the locations and a little bit of map. If you don't have Admits, there you go. If you have Admits, just if you like and you're so inclined, pop up the seed in Admits and take a look. All right. So next step is to clear up spawn a little bit and try not to get killed as night falls, and I will see you at daytime. Okay, we're back. I cleared out this area a little bit. I didn't want to deforest the area, but I did need some wood, so cleared out the area. And just poked around a little bit at spawn. And so giving you a little bit of a look here. Some cool islands over there. Pretty forested area. Neat little lagoon over here on the other side. Our dirt witch hut, sorry, our dirt hut is, I hope there's no witches in there. Our dirt hut is over here. We've got a cool little lagoon on the other side, so that's pretty neat. And yeah, so I'm going to make my way over to where we are going to, or at least I am going to build the base, and hopefully you guys will join in with me. And I'm going to make an effort in this world to, first of all, to keep the world download somewhat small. I'm going to try not to explore too much, you know, around the areas. So in that effort, what I think I'm going to try and do here is find some diamonds here around spawn. 3 diamonds, build a diamond pick, and get a nether portal going. And so use that nether portal to get over to, well, I guess I'll need enough for 2 nether portals. 2 nether portals going. And use those nether portals to travel through the nether and get over to the other location without exploring all the territory in between. That way the chunks won't get generated, and so it'll keep the spawn size, or the spawn will be the same size, but it'll keep the map download a little smaller. So that'll be handy. All right, I'm gonna go find those diamonds. I'll be back soon. All right. So if you follow the signs from through the nether path, you can get from the spawn area base, the spawn chunk base, to this what's called the main base. Just follow the signs. You'll be safe. It's lit up and it's above the nether ceiling. Not above the bedrock, but above level 117, so you shouldn't encounter any gas or anything. So just head over there, and there's a temporary base here with a bed to reset your spawn point, and a chest with whatever stuff I had gathered in my travels. And when you get over here, it will be time for challenge number 1. So the first challenge is, as you can see, we have no food. We're already starting to starve. You know, the hunger bar is bouncing, and I've got 1 thing of zombie flesh and plenty of sheep, but nothing else. And unless you can figure out how to chew on wool, we're going to need some food. So, challenge number 1. is to build a farm. Um, we don't have the materials right now for anything too fancy or automated, but I'm thinking a wheat or carrot or potato or all three farms so that we can get some food that we can eat easily. And yeah, so that's the first challenge. Build a decent farm. Now, I would reserve this area in here as probably our base. We're probably going to cover this over, wall this up with something nice and put our storage system or something in here. So I wouldn't build too much in this area, but anything else around the mountains or on the land around here is fair game. So mine for your resources. Feel free to use whatever I put in the chest here. It's not much, but after digging that nether path, that's all I have left. And have at it. And that's it for today. I hope you'll enjoy this series. I hope you'll enjoy this challenge, and I look forward to seeing your videos. Goodbye.